boxing media. Be delighted to be joined with Lerrone Richards. Lerrone, congratulations, obviously, to begin with on being, getting inside the Matchroom. Did you celebrate in style, or was it more of a low key affair due to training and COVID, etc.?
Yeah, it was just low key. I think it was sort of like it all happened really quick. My contract ended with Frank Warren, and then my management team approached Eddie Hearn, let Eddie Hearn know I was available, and he snapped at the chance of signing me. And the deal was done really quick within a day, and then I was in the bubble, and then we've done all like the press conferences and stuff like that. And yeah, it's been pretty low key, to be fair. I've just been training.
No, we commit. I mean, we saw that you had a bit of a Matchroom promo video out, and we were told you might have watched it once or twice. Is that correct?
Once or twice. I watched it like 10 times, mate. I was just like, because I came into the bubble and they done it the night before, and I was just like fascinated how fast they done it at such a good quality as well. I was just like, wow, like, I just couldn't believe it. So I watched it a fair few times. Yeah.
Well, Lerrone, I just want to say, I think another congratulations is in order as well. I know fairly recently you've had a newborn son as well. I'm right in saying that, mate?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, how is he, mate, and how have you taken to fatherhood?
You know what, he's good. He's growing every day. The hard thing about it is because I've been in camp for so long and I've been training without knowing a date. I've just been training because I'm in Sheffield right now. And obviously my missus is she's not here, so she's in Belfast at this moment. So it's been difficult because I haven't been able to see my son as much as I'd like to, because I'm here. But yeah, he's good. My missus is doing a great job looking after him, so I can't complain. And once I've had my fight, I'll be straight over there.
That's great to hear, mate. Well, Lerrone, I want to come on to straight away into to S-Jam boxing and Sam and Adam in particular. They've had such a positive influence on yourself. The likes of Johnny Fisher, John Hedges now starting out as well. I mean, was it an easy decision for you to link up with Sam and S-Jam, mate?
Yeah, it was it was easy. Obviously, I've known Joe Joyce for quite a while, and me and Joe Joyce talk, and he told me that S-Jam was a good team. They're good people, good businessmen with good business heads on, and I spoke to them, and they had the same vision as me. They want the same thing I want. So we decided to work together, and since then, like, everything sort of moves quite slow. But obviously now I'm with Matchroom, you'll see like the benefits of reasons. You'll see the reasons why I picked them as my management team.
Are you expecting quite a lot of sort of like, are they going to move at quite a quick pace? Maybe are we going to see you back in the ring quite often or quite frequent? Is that the aim, do you think?
Yeah, that's the plan. I feel like if you look at my career, I've not really been the most active. And so no one's seen the best of me, because you notice that with boxing, the more active a fighter is, the better performances you get to see. Whereas with me, it's just been like one fight a year. Now I'm with Eddie. We're going to keep busy. I'm obviously now training with Dave Coldwell. He's going to make sure that, I'm being kept busy and I'm in the ring regular.
Yeah, mate. I mean, obviously you touched on that, you haven't been boxing at the rate that you'd like to, but I mean, sparring wise, you've sparred, the likes of, Tony Bellew, I think I'm right in saying, Billy Joe Saunders. Is that played a massive part into getting you where you are today, would you say?
Yeah, it played a massive part in the early stages of my career, because, all that experience you just can't buy. And, the fact that they chose me to go down and, be their sparring partner, it was a pleasure, it was an honor, really. And, I would say it's definitely helping me moving forward in my career for sure.
I mean, definitely. I mean, obviously, I think I saw a clip with Eddie Hearn saying that Tony Bellew was a bit like, oh, is he going to be able to last through me? I mean, what was that like for you? Did Tony put it on you straight away in the gym, mate, or was he, a bit more tentative with you?
No, he just done what Tony does, just box and done his thing. To be honest, because I was a good amateur, I never really sort of looked at it in that way. I just went out because for me, it's skills versus skills. So I put my skills on the line, and then Tony done it, and it was a great experience and something that sort of caught up with me, really, because obviously Eddie Hearn now is talking about it, and it's a great experience. I just can't complain.
I mean, you strike me as a man, Lerrone, like you said, you're a man who's looking to move very quickly. You've got your goals set that you want to push on to. I mean, how we see often today that the fighters are sometimes protected and held back a little bit. You were not. That's not the case with you, mate, isn't it? As you said, you want to get on the road now and get pushing on to conquering Europe and world level, as I heard you say in an interview, mate.
Yeah, I believe, at every level there's something to learn. And I won the British, the Commonwealth, I've defended the belt. And I would say that I've cemented myself as the best domestic British fighter, So I want to move on to Europe now and conquer Europe and, find my level, see what's going on down there, and then push on to sort of world fringe level. Like, I'm not a fool. I understand that there's a lot of learning to be done and there's a lot of experience that I need to gain. Because I don't want to just get to that level. Because I can easily, I've got a world ranking, I've won these belts. There's been fighters that have won less that's boxed for world titles,
Yeah.
I can easily say, oh, yeah, look, I won a world title shot and all this rubbish. But no, I'm not that type of guy. I'm going to win the European. And then the people will say, Lerrone's ready for a world title shot. That's what I want to hear. Surely Lerrone is ready for a world title shot. And then boom, then I'll be ready. And once I get opportunity, not just to fight for a world title, I want to win one. And then stay there.
Wicked, mate. How many fights away do you think you are maybe from, the European dream, Lerrone? I mean, Eddie's mentioned a potential Matchroom debut in December. Any news, any opponent on that? Is that going to be sort of fringe European level or possibly European level?
Well, I haven't boxed in over a year. Well, coming up to a year now. So it'll be like, it won't be an idiot, do you know what I mean? I'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It won't be a Lithuanian taxi driver then, mate, will it?
No, it'll be someone who can throw a 1-2 and a hook and an uppercut for sure. But it's it'll be someone, to get me out. I'm not gonna lie and say it's gonna be a killer, do you know what I mean? But it'll be someone decent. And then next year we'll be looking towards the EBU title.
You mentioned Mr. Dave Caldwell, obviously a legend. I mean, how important is he going to be now in this next chapter of your career and your life? I mean, he's the man, isn't he, to unlock these elite opponents, if you like?
Yeah, do you know, like with Dave, the reason I picked Dave is because there's a lot of coaches out there, but there's not many teachers. And, when I'm in the gym, Dave will show me something and then he will tell me why I'm doing it. And he'll tell me that if I don't do it, this is what's going to happen. And and I believe he's the coach to take me to the next level. And I'm very, very excited with the future. Me and Dave Caldwell have, and it really does excite me because I'm seeing so much improvements in my boxing as it is.
Definitely, mate. Obviously coming on to sort of Matchroom, they got the Wembley residency. I mean, it looks immense. As fans, I've loved watching it. What's been your thoughts, mate, on potentially fighting behind closed doors? Is that something, you look forward to, being in the bubble, rubbing shoulders with your opponent? I mean, how do you feel about that?
It doesn't really bother me because, when I was an amateur boxing internationally, around the world, you're walking around in tournaments and you're seeing your opponents all around the place, so it doesn't matter, I just get on with it. It's a job at the end of the day and it's got to be done.
What about the dreaded COVID test, mate? Have you experienced one of them up the nose and the mouth yet?
Oh, mate, it's horrible. Feels like the one that goes up your nostril feels like it's touching your brain. It's mad. But yeah, it's got to be done. It's just crazy how the world's changed. Like you walking down the road, just seeing people wearing masks, and it's just mad.
Right, we've got to, Lerrone, while we've got you on, we've got to touch on, obviously you said a good friend of yours, Mr. Joe Joyce. Huge fight for him Saturday evening against Daniel Dubois.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would know better than anyone how well is he prepared for this, and he does the business Saturday night, right?
He does. I think a lot of people underestimate Joe Joyce. They say he's slow. He's sort of cumbersome. Like, they're going like he's got no boxing IQ. But, I'm not going to say Joe's the fastest fighter in the world. No, because I'd be lying. But Joe's faster than what people think. And Joe has got a very, very good IQ. and he's going to surprise a lot of people on the night. He's going to definitely surprise a lot of fighters on the night. Everyone. Well, he's going to surprise everyone on the night. And I went to see Joe spar 3 weeks ago, and he looked probably the best I've seen him in a while. Because we done a camp out in Vegas, and he looked good then, really good, coming to the ends of the camp. But when I saw him the other day, it's like he's built on that. And he's really looking forward to this fight. And he's going into this fight full of confidence that he's going to win and do a good job on Daniel Dubois.
And do you know what, mate? You know the engine on Joe and the work rate on him for a guy his size, it's frightening, mate, isn't it?
Unbelievable. But you see now it's sort of, he's thrown a lot of shots, but, you know, he's taking his head off the lines, and, you know, he's thrown it with even more intelligence than what he did before. Yeah. And can't wait for him to sort of execute the game plan that he's been working with Ismail Salas. He's also in great shape. You know, he's been working with his strength and conditioning coach, Cameron Goff, who's got him in phenomenal shape. Joe's strong, he's fit. There'll be no excuses on the night, none at all.
Can you give us your final prediction on it?
Joe Joyce stoppage round 9.
Get your money on that then, Key.
I'm down the bookies in the morning, mate.
Even though Lerrone tanked it.
Did I sell that, yeah?
Yes, you did, mate, you did.
We've got to come on to it, obviously, Lerrone, you know, being a super middleweight. What's your thoughts on the mega fight that is going to be Callum Smith and Canelo? Were you as shocked as we were that it finally happened? I mean, what's your thoughts on it? I
thought it would happen eventually, but the fact that it's happening sort of now, it did surprise me a bit. But it's a really good fight. It's intriguing. Is Callum Smith going to use his size, you know, to beat Canelo Alvarez? Because I think that's going to play a huge part. You look at the likes of Kovalev, his size really gave Canelo problems earlier on in the fight. So I want to see Callum, you know, box off that long jab, keep Canelo at distance, and be really smart. And I think he can get the win. If he's smart, he get the win. But I just don't know. I just don't know, because, you know, Canelo's such a good fighter. There's world class and there's elite, you know, and Canelo Alvarez is the elite fighter. So we'll find out whether Callum Smith fits in that bracket.
Definitely, mate. Before we leave, going on with the rest of your night, Lerrone, just if somebody could offer you sort of the perfect end of 2020 and the perfect 2021, I mean, what would it be? Is there any sort of specific names that spring to mind, or is it just sort of a belt or a target? Is there anything specific you aim for, mate?
No. Do you know what? I just want to keep improving. I want to keep learning as much as I can. And I would love that European title next year, you know, and then I want everyone to be saying by the end of the year, Lerrone Richards is sort of ready for the world level. But it's all a progression. You know, there's no rush. We'll do things at the right pace, and then I'll get the job done in the ring for sure.
Oh, wicked, mate. Just before we let you go, my mate Tom Campbell is he keeps telling me he's a friend of yours. Is that
Tom
right,
Campbell,
mate?
Yeah, Tom Campbell, yeah. I know, yeah.
So
he's a man, yeah.
There's no way I could speak to you tonight and not give Big TC a shout out. So yeah, a big shout out to Tom Campbell, mate.
Big shout out to Tom. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's busy with all his kids now, isn't he?
Yeah. Busy with all his kids and supporting Rangers. Good old Tom.
Yeah.
Well, Lerrone, on behalf of myself and Ciaran and Southwest Boxing Media, number one, we wish you all the very best of luck now moving into 2021. And we're really grateful for you giving us your time today, and we will hopefully speak to you soon.
No worries, man. It's a pleasure, bro. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Lerrone. Look after yourself, mate.
Again soon, mate.
No worries. You take care, yeah?
Take care, Lerrone.
Take care, bro. Bye.
Ciao, buddy.
Bye.